What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Friday. I am a little sick here, can't talk, barely, but we're going to try to get through this one. We got the game status report for Week 17, who's in, who's out, who's questionable for this Eagles-Cowboys game. And look, injuries on both sides of the ball. It's next man up no matter what. You just need to know that first and foremost. But I appreciate you all taking the time. If you have any thoughts, any kind of questions, leave them down below. Appreciate you hitting that like button, sharing this, subscribing, and joining to the family. You guys are truly awesome. Cannot thank you enough. Hopefully you all had a very Merry Christmas, and hopefully you get a nice little late gift here with the Eagles whooping up on those Cowboys. Kelly, Green week, Dallas sucks week. Oh, I'm all about it. But let's jump right into this bad boy and talk about the Eagles game status report here for Week 17. And if you saw the post I made earlier today, Jalen Hurts most likely was not playing. We all knew that. Pretty much knew that yesterday when we talked about it, did not practice. And as my source told me, yeah, probably not playing. So, look, no surprise here. It sucks. We love Jalen Hurts, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, regardless of what casual fans or casual media members say. Wish they could learn some football, but as you found out last week, he's pretty important. So next man up, let's ride. But let's take a look at what else is going on here. And, well, Nakobe Dean didn't practice Wednesday, but was limited yesterday, limited today. So, okay, no, doubtful to play for this game. Well, that sucks, and that came out of left field, so don't like that. But on offense, you see Hurts and Shipley both out, and then, of course, Covey out again, did not practice today. Bryce Huff, though, questionable for this game, was a full participant all week. So let's take a look at the updated depth chart with this stuff. But we're looking at the IR first. These are the guys that will not be on the depth chart. But Bryce Huff could find his way on there tomorrow during the practice squad elevations and roster moves. We'll see if they add him back to the active roster. They will have to get rid of someone to do that. So we shall see if he's ready to go, but questionable for this game. These are the rest of the guys that you will not see on this list. So on offense, you can see Britton Covey and Shipley, two depth pieces that are out. Then, of course, our QB1, Jalen Hurts. So Kenny Pickett will have to come in. And look, man, he was serviceable. No one is Jalen Hurts. So, look, you got to run the damn ball. Saquon Barkley all day, every day, and talk about the Cowboys' struggles with the run. Just hand the damn ball to Saquon, a little bit of Kenny G. All about it, but you're missing Shipley here, missing Covey here when it comes to return guys. We'll talk about that in a second, but other than that, everyone else good to go. So next man up, let's go offense. No reason we shouldn't still be able to put up points on this Cowboys defense. Now, our defensive side of the ball, Nakobe Dean, doubtful for this game. That's very unfortunate. So maybe you see some Oren Burks, maybe Jeremiah Trotter Jr. gets a start, or maybe you play a lot of that dime packages with the dime linebacker where, you only have one. We shall see what they decide to do there. But without him, maybe they elevate someone like a Dallas Gant. We'll take a look at the practice squad here in a second. But everybody else is good to go there. And then, as I mentioned, the special teams department, with Covey out, there's your punt returner. Shipley is out as kick returner. So still got Kenny G, but you kind of need him as a running back. I think this is a game where you need some Aniyah Smith and Isaiah Rodgers. Don't want to see Cooper DeJean back there. Love the kid, but let's keep him on defense, please, and thank you. Now, looking at this practice squad for the Eagles here, as I mentioned, maybe you want to add someone like a Kyle Phillips that can help you in the return game. Maybe you want, a running back just to help. You got a linebacker in Dallas Gant, edge guys, somebody to help on special teams maybe. A lot of options here. Blossom game, though, would need to be added to the active roster if they want a fullback here. So a lot of decisions to be made. We talked about some of those offensive linemen, some of these other guys that are expendable. We shall see what the Eagles decide to do tomorrow, and I'll give you that video with all of the elevations, roster moves, everything that the Eagles do tomorrow with the updated depth chart. So that's what's going on with the Eagles. Now let's take a look at what's going on with the Cowboys and strap in. Oh, boy, do they have some injuries. So I'll look at the IR in a second, but these are the guys on their damn roster. you can see a couple things changed today in the Friday category, but looking at the game status report, TJ Bass, backup lineman, is doubtful. Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert, receivers, are questionable. You got CeeDee Lamb listed out. We talked about that yesterday. And then, looking at Kendricks, Vigil, 2 linebackers that are questionable. Kamon Hall is out for this game. Asim Richards trying to come off of IR. He is questionable for this game. And then the list doesn't end there. These guys were all added on Thursday, and you can see all of their practices changed. So Adoga was limited today, but still questionable. Hooker was back in full. He's good to go for the game. Donovan Wilson was limited, but questionable for this game. And then Oruwariye did not practice today and is out for this game. So already missing Diggs. But let's take a look now with all of these injuries. And as I mentioned, here is their IR. And, you've got Diggs there. You've got Kalen Carson there, Josh Butler, a lot of corners already there. Bell, the safety. You've got offensive linemen. And we mentioned Richards questionable for this game. We know Dak is already there. So overshown there. There is a lot of players they are missing here. But let's take a look at their updated depth chart. None of those guys will be seen here. But as you can see, Tolbert questionable. Brooks questionable. CeeDee Lamb already out. So going to need a lot of Brandon Cooks, maybe some Flournoy, Jonathan Mingo, Cavante Turpin. We'll see if they elevate anyone here. But a lot going on at wide receiver. Then their left tackle is questionable for this game. Back up, TJ Bass and Asim Richards, as you saw on IR, are questionable and doubtful. So a lot going on. We'll see if they elevate anyone there on the offensive line. Then on the defensive side of the ball, we mentioned Oruwariye is out, as well as Kamon Hall, so maybe you need some cornerback help. Then at linebacker, you've got Kendricks and Vigil, both questionable, already lost, overshown. And then back to the secondary, you see Donovan Wilson questionable for this game. So a lot of decisions to be made for the Cowboys here tomorrow for those elevations. We'll see. It'll be more telling, whoever they elevate, as to what positions they really need help at. The special teams department, everybody good to go there. Nothing to worry about. But let's take a look at this practice squad. And we mentioned, maybe they want some help at receiver. Maybe it's Jalen Cropper, Harmon, Williams. You've got some offensive linemen there, Daniels, Ball, Shepley. And then looking at the defensive side of the ball, maybe, you need someone like a Troy Pride, a D. Delaney, Brock Morganson. We shall see what the Cowboys decide to do tomorrow during that show. But whenever that information drops, I will have the elevations and roster moves for both the Eagles and the Cowboys. But that's all I've got for you here and now. If you have any questions, any kind of comments, you're seeing the media freaking out about Hurts, they didn't know, that's fine. They're talking about we're trading for everybody, trade deadline's over. Let's get these people settled in. Let them just sit back and let the people that know what they're talking about do the work. They'll all be back on board here soon enough. It's next man up. Let's go win this game, beat the hell out of the Giants next week, and then make our run in this playoff period where we go ahead and get that damn trophy back. I still believe this team is winning that Super Bowl 1 week at a time, though, so let's go take out the Cowboys. As we all know, Cowboys suck. But if you got anything from this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this bad boy out there, subscribe, and join the family. Love to hear from you guys. We'll not have a fan Friday tomorrow. Not sure. I'm going to have a sicko Saturday. My cousin's funeral is tomorrow. Got a lot going on for the holidays as well, blending in there. So just a lot going on. But I will have that episode out at some point. I might have to make it from, Narnia, or it might be later tomorrow night, just because I got a lot going on after the funeral and stuff. So, yeah, just stay tuned. And then Sunday, of course, you'll have the pregame and postgame show. But if you have any questions, you want to talk some birds, you have some score predictions, MVP of the game, your thoughts on Kenny Pickett, Tanner McKee, whatever it is, love to hear from you down below. And, if you need anything, doesn't have to be about the birds, especially during the holiday season. I am always here for you guys, as you are for me. Do not hesitate to reach out. But I hope you all have yourselves a great weekend. It's Friday, baby. Rejoice. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!